Bend the knee!
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Don Woolley coming at you again with another video. This time, I'm going to be talking about Ser Barristan the Bold, better known as Barristan Selmy. Knight of the Kingsguard to Aerys Targaryen, Robert Baratheon, Hand of the Queen to Daenerys Targaryen, and probably the truest knight of the story. Now, spoilers for anyone who is not caught up with Season 5 Game of Thrones and also A Dance with Dragons. Now that we have that out the way, let's begin. So, Barristan Selmy has been a Knight of the Kingsguard for the better part of 40 years, since his late teens or early 20s. And during that time, he has helped to save the realm many times, helped save the king many times, although at some points he believes that his actions may have helped cause the downfall of the kingdom. You know, it's just a guy doing his job. And, sometimes doing your job can actually lead to more harm than good. But, I think if you would ask most people, his actions, didn't directly lead to anything bad happening. Now, when we first catch up with him in the actual story, he's the Kingsguard for Robert Baratheon, and he doesn't get much screen time or much book time. But what we do hear about him and when he shows up is here's a guy who was such a presence and also so admired that after the battle with the Trident, when he was actually injured, Robert Baratheon had his maester heal his wounds or tend to his wounds. And when Robert Baratheon became king, he actually appointed Barristan as the Lord Commander of his Kingsguard. And here is a guy who's highly respected as one of the top fighters in all of Westeros and possibly the world, despite the fact that in the story he's probably in his early 60s. And, when he's dismissed by Joffrey in the manner that he is, he could have just kind of gone off and not been anything. But I think wisely, George Martin has kept him around in the story because his perspective on things have brought richness and fullness to the experience. And he's one of the characters who, unlike many of the characters, doesn't really live in that extremely morally gray area. You kind of know where you stand with him from beginning to end. Now, one thing that happens in the books that wasn't portrayed in the show, and I think possibly because of the fact that you would already know who he is in the books he goes under the alias of Arston Whitebeard when he first encounters Daenerys, and he's posing as a squire for a gentleman who also doesn't appear in the show named Strong Belwas. And the reason why he does this is because after serving with the Mad King and hearing stories of other Targaryens and I guess their madness over the years, he wanted to make sure that Daenerys wasn't going to be that same kind of ruler. And the only thing he wanted to do was serve a good ruler before he died and not have, his last memories of being a Kingsguard be something that he felt was, while it was a noble cause, that he didn't serve anyone that actually deserved the title of king or queen of the Seven Kingdoms. And he's played brilliantly in the show by Ian McKellen, or I should say he was, because again, if you're not caught up, you shouldn't be watching this. He was unfortunately killed off at the end of season 5, episode 4, Sons of the Harpy, by the Sons of the Harpy in an attack that was coordinated throughout the city of Marine by the Sons of the Harpy to diminish Daenerys' forces throughout the city. And we never really got to see him do much battle in the show. You know, in fact, no, we never actually got to see him do any battle. We've heard about his exploits when he was younger. The 20s that he rode in, him slaying Meleys the Monstrous on the Stepstones, and many of his other great deeds. But this was the first time that we actually got to see him, you know, use his blade to full effect. And although it was his last scene, I do think it was a fitting way for him to go out, rather than it just be a thing where he gets knocked down and, oh, okay, well, it's the old man, he dies. No, he's able to take out, if I'm not mistaken, I think he takes out about 10 of the Sons of the Harpy by himself. So, again, I wish they would have kept him around as long as they possibly could. And I guess this may be actually foreshadowing for the books, because in the books he's actually still alive, but many people believe that he will die in the Battle of Marine that is supposed to happen in the Winds of Winter. So, you know, I hate to see him go. I was glad that he was here, and I would love for HBO to surprise us, but given the preview for the next episode, I think it's already a foregone conclusion that Barristan will not be back. So, you know, as they say in Westeros and Essos and High Valyrian, Valar Morghulis, you will be missed. Rest in peace, Ser Barristan Selmy. Anyway, you already know the drill. Rate, comment, subscribe, share, tell your friends. Come back for more. I'll be back with another video soon. I had to get this one out the way. This was kind of a tough one for me. Anyway, that's been my time. Don Willie, I'm out.